And I'm not blaming that pour on there not being gluten in this. That was user error, not gluten error. Hello and welcome to another beer review. I am Lucas Schroede, aka the Beer Guy, and thank you for joining me on my journey to review every single beer in the world until I've tried them all. And before we get to today's review, once again, if you've been enjoying my content, please like, follow, and subscribe to my channels on YouTube, Instagram, and on TikTok. They're all at one simple handle, at the Beer Guy 8. With that out of the way, let's get to today's review. And today we're going to be looking at Daura Lager by Damm Brewing Company out of Barcelona, Spain. Damm has been going strong since 1876. You may know their main flagship, Estrella. And their Daura line is, as you can potentially read here on the bottle, is crafted to remove gluten, which is a kind of a play on words because technically they did not get gluten approved by the FDA here in the US. In Europe and everything, they're considered gluten-free. However, because they still technically use wheat, they just get the gluten out of the wheat. The FDA, apparently, you can't have any type of wheat or anything to be considered gluten-free. However, this beer is safe for those that are gluten-free or that are celiac. So I'm going to count this as the first gluten-free beer that I will be reviewing here on the channel. So without further ado, let's see how it tastes. Also, I'm really hoping I'm pronouncing this correct. I should probably take more time to look up these words, but hopefully it's not Damm. I just assumed it was Damm and Daura. I'm trying to get back to my Spanish that I haven't used since high school. Anyways, let's get to tasting this. And I'm not blaming that pour on there not being gluten in this. That was user error, not gluten error. And you look at the coloring. Looks like a typical lager. Smells like one too. Smells fairly light. And even though this is technically like gluten-free, it's not like super light. It's about almost 5.5% alcohol. All right, let's finally try this sucker. Really couldn't even tell there wasn't any gluten in there. Very light, nice, easy to drink lager. Nothing exactly crazy special about it, but it does go down really smooth. So I'm gonna give the Daura Lager a 6.2 out of 10. If you have any beers you'd like me to review in the future, please put them in the comments below. Thank you again for watching. I am Lucas Schroede, aka the Beer Guy. And as always, cheers and drink responsibly.